Welcome to the Cosmic Cafe Show, where the paranormal is normal. My name is Eric Brown, and I'll be your host and server. And for today's daily specials, well, we have something extremely special. I'm not even really sure what title to put on it. Is it Hypnotic Regressions, or How to Be Hypnotized, or Bob Evans is going to be our hypnotized guinea pig? I'm really not sure. But what we have is we have a fantastic show today where returning guests, Laurie McDonald, who was on the show just recently, and Bob Evans, who's also been a regular on the show for season 1 and season 2. Laurie is going to regress and hypnotize Bob. And Bob thinks that there might be some really interesting things, and we hope he's right. So we're going to put him under hypnosis, but we're going to do that in a couple of minutes. But first, let me welcome them to the cafe as well. So welcome to the cafe, Bob. Good to see you. Laurie, good to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
And why don't you remind the folks about your credentials as a hypnotist and what you've been doing and how long you've been doing it.
I have been a clinical hypnotherapist since 1995.
Okay.
I run True You Hypnotherapy in Sacramento, and I'm on the mental health referral list for MUFON for such regressions as alien abduction.
Cool.
I'm also on the mental health referral list for OPUS.
Okay.
And other organizations that need to delve into the paranormal.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah. And Bob, why don't you remind folks, you know, that haven't seen you here before, you're an expert on the planet Nibiru and the Anunnaki.
Right.
And
when it's coming real soon. I have a web page. It's starshipsaroundthesun.com. I'm also on Facebook, Robert H. Evans Jr.
Now, why don't you tell the folks what you're hoping that Laurie is going to do for you today, why you wanted her to hypnotize you and regress you?
I've had some interesting episodes ever since about 1973 or 74, when I was completely out of it, no knowledge at all, until I hit my left hand on a huge drum on the Golden Gate Bridge and was thrown into the roadway.
Wow.
And how I got out of the roadway, how I even got there in the first place, is going to be interesting.
What are you hoping that Laurie's going to be able to do for you on today's show?
To tell me exactly how I went from upside down back up onto the walkway. My friend said I flew.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I have no knowledge of what happened.
Is there anything else that you're hoping that Laurie's going to uncover for you while she has you under?
There are some other things recently about knowledge about Nibiru as it's incoming, being told that it will not be as bad as it was before, not to be afraid, but that something will happen. And it's interesting for Laurie to find out who exactly is telling me this.
Oh, okay, okay. Now, Laurie, let me ask you, because you know, people sometimes they have misconceptions about hypnotherapy or hypnosis, and maybe because they've seen it at carnival acts or magic show acts and things like that.
Yeah.
Maybe just briefly give the folks an idea of really what's going on.
When we're using hypnosis as a tool or aid in therapy, such as hypnotherapy, we're really looking to delve into a prior experience and extrapolate additional information so that we can have a personal, deeper understanding of what happened. Often information is missing, or time is missing, or like in Bob's case, he's had an extraordinary experience that seems to defy physics.
Yeah.
So we need to figure out exactly how that happened. Since the subconscious mind stores everything that's ever happened to us, we're going to move back, we're going to regress him to a time where he experienced this and see if we can't find out what else has been stored in the memory banks.
Okay, well that'll be very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I know you've been consulting with Bob for probably about 2 hours already today early on, so this isn't a quick process, even though this show is going to make it appear quick, but I just thought it'd be fair to mention that. I do have a couple of questions, if you don't mind me being a little frivolous.
I would love it.
Is it possible for, say, someone like you to hypnotize me to make me do something that I would maybe want to do, or maybe I don't want to do? So, for example, I'm a little bit round on the belly here, and it's the time of the taping of this show is right after what's early January 2016. So maybe a New Year's resolution. Could I just tackle that with you putting me under and say, Eric, you're going to eat less and you're going to automatically lose weight and you're going to have a great metabolism? Is that something that's possible, or is that kind of more myth and fairy tale?
Absolutely 100% possible.
Okay.
I worked with a woman using simply hypnosis. She's lost over 100 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
How hypnosis works is we're going to tap into your true desire. If this is a desired changed behavior, something that you really want, then we will reprogram your habits now to be on the same page as your true desire, so that the subconscious and the conscious mind's working together. When it comes to things like dieting, people are getting the wrong information all the time, and they're set up to fail. So we can program the mind to do a couple of things, actually. To look at food in a different way, to look at food as something that's going to both nurture and nourish the body, so that it feels really good to eat it, and at the same time it's going to be filling the body with all of the minerals and vitamins that you need. We're going to train you to be in tune to the body, so that when you're full, you're going to love your body so much, no matter what the size is, that you're not going to want to overeat. You're not going to want to tax yourself or put yourself through poor digestion or anything that could be the result of overeating, and you just simply won't do it. So we're changing your lifestyle, changing the frame of mind, but we're embedding it into the subconscious mind to make it a habit. So that you naturally reach for something that's both healthy and nurturing, that feels good to eat. And say if you're on a diet and you have to eat tofu and you eat tofu, that's just not going to.
Well, can you make that tofu taste like butterscotch ice cream to me instead?
Well, sort of. We can do things like that. We turn down your craving for sugar or salt. So that it's simply not there. And one of the things that I've been working on recently is allowing people to actually exercise in their sleep, so that you can activate those muscles with the mind. We have some studies now that show people will build the same amount of muscle mass, whether they're out there pumping the iron or just visualizing themselves doing it, because we're activating that muscle. The muscle is receiving the message, and so that is how the subconscious mind works. The conscious mind, knows that you're exercising really or not. The subconscious mind does not. It receives the image, it feels that you're doing it, the body responds, you have the effects.
Wow. What about what about like intellectual pursuits? So people that want to learn a new language, or they want to get better at math, or whatever it is,
well,
can it be used for that?
It certainly, I use enhanced study skills and focusing abilities on young people all the time to help improve their grades. Prior to exams, I do lots of attorneys before they write the bar, so that we hypnotize them so that the information that they've studied will come naturally and easy to them. They will recall it simply by breathing in a certain way. So we want to mimic what they do in study time, so that when they're doing it during test time, they'll have an excellent result.
Oh my gosh. Well.
No, the power of the mind is absolutely profound and amazing. We are really limitless. The more we learn how to program and self-actualize for self-mastery, the more we unfold into our full humanness.
Wow. Laurie, this is going to be a fascinating show, and maybe I'll even let you regress me on a future show.
I would love to.
But I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take a little break, and we'll let the you get done what you need to do with Bob, and then I'll actually allow people to kind of see a sped up, fast version of that, but it's going to take maybe 15, 20 minutes, so we don't want people sitting through all that. So we'll take a quick little break. You're going to take my seat and regress Bob, and then when we come back, you'll be back in that seat.
That's okay with Bob, right?
Yeah, Bob, it's still okay with you, right?
He's not running for the door yet.
And it's okay for you to ask some questions yourself?
Yes.
Oh, okay, wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you very much, and we'll take that quick break now, and we'll switch places.
Wonderful.
All right.
Okay, Bob. Now, normally, we would go through that interview that we did earlier.
Sure.
So that we understand that we're on the same page in the direction of the session.
Right.
And so we sort of covered that with Eric. So we'll begin just by doing a deep relaxation. So we'll have some very deep cleansing breaths, breathing in through the nose. Just allowing yourself to become as comfortable as possible in this seat. Just breathing, resisting the urge to fill the lungs, but rather drawing the breath deep into the abdomen. This energy will now move up into your neck. If you're holding any tension there, it simply dissipates, allowing the neck muscles to become loose and free. Very good, very good. This energy now will flow onto your scalp, relaxing each and every muscle. You may feel like your scalp is just melting down and down. The energy begins to flow across your face, into the eyes and nose and mouth, deep into the jaw, allowing the face to become soft, smooth. The entire body now relaxed, just breathing in and out, feeling soft and warm. The tensions left the body like warm wax melting over the sides of a candle, gently, naturally, easily. Now I want you to use your imagination. I want you to imagine the safest, most comfortable room you've ever been, a place where you feel completely safe. Perhaps there's a number or a year. Could be this very year. Remember earlier we had talked about an experience that you had where you were given some information. Maybe there's a door with that date on it.
Flying above the clouds.
Oh, very good. Now, are you flying solo? Or
Yes.
you're alone? Are you just flying with your own body?
It's getting harder and harder to keep it.
It's okay. Just relax. Allow it to go back down. Just let it flow. We're going to go right back into the clouds where you were flying. Just describe what you see.
It's different now.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a bluish white sky.
Mm-hmm.
Where before it was red sky.
Oh. Okay. So it's a bluish white sky. You feel you're up in the sky?
No, I'm looking up at the sky.
You're looking up at the sky. Is there anything of interest in the sky that you can see? Or maybe you can just tell me, how do you feel about the sky? If you want, you can go through a different door.
It never was at a door.
You just went right into the sky?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's okay. Some people do that. Now,
I'm in the sky looking down.
okay. Can you see your feet?
No.
Okay. Can you see any part of your body?
No. Well, partially.
Okay.
It's like flapping back and forth.
Uh-huh. It's okay. How do you feel about that?
Uncertain.
Yeah. Have you ever been there before?
Not like this.
How have you been there before that was different than this?
I could see the entire thing where I'm bouncing back and forth.
Okay. Are you...
It's a nighttime or darkish.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at some kind of city.
Above the city still?
Still above the city, but everything looks reddish. Not flames, just reddish.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So from your point of observation, what do you think that you're in viewing this city from?
I have no idea, just that
Does it feel like?
like I'm flying over it.
Are you all alone?
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel that you're out of your body?
I don't see my hands or anything, so I must be.
Is the city familiar to you that you see?
No.
Is it a city?
It's nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing any recognizable objects or landmarks.
Do you have any idea where you are?
No.
You sure you're alone? I'm wondering if you might be able to just sort of look around where you're at, instead of looking down at the city, look around and see or feel if there's anybody with you.
I'm looking to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing images of something.
Okay.
Not very clear.
And these images are to your right?
As I'm turning my head to the right, yes.
Okay. What I want you to do is use a little tunnel vision. Focus in on one specific image, look at it, and then widen it.
I went just the reverse somehow.
It did? Did it get smaller?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the images run from us. Sometimes they don't like to be revealed, but if this is an image that you would like to be revealed, then we can go after it and just try it again. Are you ready to see what or who you might be with?
Still seeing the red glow.
Do you have any idea what that red glow is?
No. I'm not seeing an image, just
The glow.
just a red glow.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything under your feet?
I don't see my feet.
Can you feel them?
A little bit.
Okay. How you looked to the right before. Let's see if we can't get you to look down at your feet. See if there's any shoes or any footwear on your feet.
Seeing what looks like a wormhole.
Aha. And are you moving towards this wormhole?
I'm going down through it
Okay.
or forward through it.
What does the wormhole look like? It's okay. Move right back down, down. Allow it to flow. The wormhole. Feel the sensation of moving through it.
Feels like I'm floating through it.
Mm-hmm. Is there an end to the wormhole, or what might be on the other side?
It's blackish with like white rings, connectors kind of. I'm just going from one part to another.
Right. Are you okay moving through this? Do you feel safe?
I feel nothing at all. Neither scared or there's no fear.
That's good. That's good. That's good. So you can continue to move through the end. Have you been here before?
No.
You've never felt that you've seen this wormhole before?
No. The last time I saw something like this, it was all bricks, and they were finely cut, not this.
Okay, well, would you like to move back to a time where you saw the other? Or do you want to see where the wormhole brings you? You're doing very good.
The image keeps flapping.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I see a door.
excellent.
It's a white door, blue all the way around. I'm knocking on it with my right hand.
Why don't you push the door open?
Seeing white stars.
Oh, nice. Did you go through the door?
No, I'm in the doorway.
Okay.
It's halfway open.
Can go all the way through. This is your door. What's on the other side of the door?
A wormhole.
A wormhole. Do you want to go through the wormhole? Or have you been through this wormhole before?
No.
Okay. Not that you recall. But since you came back to this wormhole, maybe there was a time.
I jumped in it before, but it was in a different tunnel.
Okay. Where was that tunnel coming from?
I had seen a tunnel. It was half circular. I was looking at the brickwork on both sides, finely cut, and I followed it.
About this finely cut brickwork, whose work is it?
Some craftsman. It was really nice.
Someone from America?
I don't know. I remember coming to a closed door. I finally got it to open, but there was a wormhole. So I jumped in it.
So you just jumped into the wormhole. What did you jump in? Where did you jump into it from?
From where the doorway was.
Okay. From where the doorway was. Now, was the door connected to a building, or
It went to another tunnel.
just went to another tunnel? Okay. So these wormholes are taken you to different places, seemingly in space.
The tunnel ended and I just saw stars.
Uh-huh.
It was like I was just standing in it, looking out.
It's kind of a beautiful thing.
It was, still is.
Can you see the stars now?
Yes, but they're turning. It's like I'm looking at it from a different angle.
Mm-hmm. Can you recognize the stars or constellations?
Just stars.
And you're still up,
I'm still inside the tunnel at the end.
still inside the wormhole. Okay. Now I'm wondering if this wormhole is ultimately leading you to a place. Perhaps a place that you are familiar with.
I don't recognize anything.
Well, you might not recognize anything, but I'm wondering if part of you does, if there's a part of you that has some type of recognition of this. It may not be your dominant personality, but some aspect of you that you're
Seeing a box.
okay. What kind of box?
Big square box with a tan looking lid, almost like a big lunchbox.
Right. Okay. Do you want to open the box? Is this box for
Okay,
you to
so
open?
we're gonna go ahead and let them
My
go.
hands
We're
are
gonna
going
break the
anywhere
show
near it,
here
just see
since
it.
we're at the bottom of the hour. We're gonna continue at the next
Well,
half
Bob,
hour.
I'm
So these,
wondering.
we're gonna have 2 shows today. So we're gonna go ahead and let the credits roll, and then when we come back after the stations do their bottom of the hour break, we'll pick this up right where we left off. Okay? Thanks a lot for tuning in to the
No.
Cosmic Cafe Show. We'll see you in a
I
couple of
just
minutes.
saw it.
Okay. Do you have any idea what this box is?
No.
Okay. Well, how about then, let's move back to just a couple of nights ago, or when you recently had a dream where you were getting some information. You were getting some information from someone, we're not sure. They were telling you something. Do you remember that?
Partially. It wasn't burned into my mind like some of my other ones.
Okay.
But it was they didn't trust humans.
Okay. Can you tell me who didn't trust humans?